What's going on, everyone? So before I start this video, I just want to let you know that my buddy the Masked Man already did a video on this topic and it's pretty good, so the link will be in the description. So check that out. So if you like my video, you'll probably like that one too. Go ahead and check it out, give him a sub, tell him Ryan sent you. Other than that, let's get right into the topic. I don't really know much about life, but living for the future is more important than trying to avenge the past. This is a quote from the character Puck, spoken in the Black Swordsman arc. Puck, the lovable elf that has been with Guts since the beginning of the manga, introduced in the very first chapter. He is part of our introduction into this world and immediately offset the dark and brutal nature of Guts and everything around him while he was on his hunt for apostles. Having a character like Puck, somebody positive, uplifting, literally having the ability to heal, contrasted into this dark, uncaring world, it was a bit of a gamble from the start. But it seemed to work. Puck offset that darkness just enough to keep us from writing Berserk off as just an edge fest for angsty teenage loners. Puck was interesting, he had profound things to say, like the quote mentioned above, he was fun, and he had an important narrative purpose. He had the job of serving as a gateway for the reader. He asked the questions that we wanted to ask. Why is Guts like this? Why is he hunting apostles? Why does he seem so uncaring about those he encounters who die in his wake? Puck was also given the empathic abilities that he has. He could sense aspects of Guts' emotion, giving us little clues along the way as to what Guts was all about. He was also a sense of encouragement for Guts, egging him on to do the right thing, and I guess you could say that Puck was the moral center of the manga. Sensing Guts' pain and a bit of compassion during the execution of Vargas, pleading with Guts to help. When the Lost Children chapters happen, were when Puck felt compassion and connected with the character Jill, working as a team to try to understand the whole situation with Rosine. And actually the Jill and Puck team up was some great stuff, and I still kind of wish that Jill became a main character, but that's a story for another video. But Puck during this time also served as, yes, comic relief. He had jokes and occasionally broke the fourth wall, which is something that I don't really like, but I can forgive in some circumstances. Puck bails Guts out of his cell, for instance, and won't unlock it unless Guts calls him, "Oh great Puck." Little things like that were actually pretty funny and within character for Puck to say. Guts kept giving him a hard time and insulting him, so now when he actually needs Puck's help, he's got to call him, "Oh great Puck." It's perfectly in line with everything that we've seen thus far. But as time went on, Berserk needed to add new characters, and I agree, yes it did. I love the Guts and Puck dynamic and them hunting down demons together, but eventually there would have to be more than that. And we got amazing characters like Farnese and Serpico added to the group. But with this introduction of other characters, and with the development of Guts' character into a more compassionate team leader type, most of Puck's questions, aka the audience questions, had already been answered. There was less of a need for his empathic abilities as we began to really understand Guts on our own. It pushed Puck away from adding to the intrigue. As well, two big aspects of his character were placed into aspects of two other characters, Isidro and Shirake. Now, Isidro, you know I don't like him very much as a character, but I'll keep this fair and honest. Isidro, though having very few important things to do, is many times used for comedy. And though the comedy falls flat to me, it's more of a central focus on him than it is on Puck, and oftentimes Puck just becomes part of Isidro's jokes. Miura combines them together many times, doubling up on the comedic elements, but they tend to begin to get repetitive and just deter from the story that's happening around them, and it starts to feel out of place. And as this continued, Puck became Chestnut Puck most of the time, a simpler, exaggerated, chibi-like drawing of Puck that's used to signify him being funny. But Chestnut Puck is around so often, you almost forget what Puck actually looks like. You almost forget he could even say something as profound as what he did in the opening quote of this video. Then we have Shirake, and you know I love her as a character, but she kind of took over the moral center of the series and for Guts. Using magic and having a variety of spells, she ultimately became more useful than anything Puck could do. As well, instead of just being empathic, Shirake can sense someone's odd or life force and even enter Guts' mind on several occasions to pull him back from the brink. It takes what Puck could do and pushes it much farther, again making Puck less useful for any events that would be happening. Now there's a term called Flandersation, and it comes from The Simpsons and the character of Flanders, and it's defined as this. It's the act of taking a single, often minor action or trait of a character and exaggerating it more and more over time until it completely consumes that character. Most always, the trait or action becomes completely outlandish and becomes their defining characteristic. And this is exactly a perfect example of what happened to Puck. Comic relief was one aspect of Puck's character, but with that and the introduction of so many new complex main characters, Miura has amplified the comedy aspect to the point where it seems that's all he knows how to do with Puck. Even in the newer chapters, when the crew reached Puck's homeland, Elfhelm, you would think that this would have some development for Puck. But no, he's just here acting just as, if not more goofy than he already had before. And now he's playing off not just Isidro, but Magnifico, who has also been used just for comedy after his initial introduction. And it's not a matter of not wanting humor in the story, it's a matter of forgetting how great of a character you have in exchange for non-stop humor that most times can be taken right out of the story and it wouldn't change a thing. Like the oh great Puck moment, for example, again. It's humor that works in character and within the plot of the story, unlike a chestnut Puck making a Star Wars reference that breaks the fourth wall and has nothing to do with what's happening. Puck, who was by Guts' side, saw vivid images of the eclipse, and has been on this journey for so long. And look, I'm not saying this makes Miura a bad writer. Berserk is still overall a masterpiece, but I think that he came to a dead end with Puck. And the hope that we had for him to be great again was the Elfhelm segment, and it looks like that's not going to happen. I wouldn't even be surprised if Puck is left behind when Guts or whoever else goes for this final battle or confrontation with Griffith, and Puck will be like King Kai watching from far away, sensing what's happening and commenting to the audience from the sidelines. At least I will always have the Black Swordsman and Lost Children arcs to remember why we fell in love with Puck in the first place. Other than that, let me know what you guys think. Has Puck fallen from grace to the point of no return? Do you like the comedy-only aspect of Chestnut Puck? Did you ever even like Puck to begin with? Let me know all that in the comments. Also, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Stick around to see more Berserk anime, manga content, other things like that. Check out the description, join my Discord, and check out my Patreon, see if any of those tiers would be interested to you. Other than that, guys, I hope you have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you in the next video.